Question 1. Proactively looking ahead, to the sides, and behind the vehicle to anticipate problems is part of B. Defensive driving. The National Safety Council defines defensive driving as driving to save lives, time, and money, in spite of the conditions around you and the actions of others. Defensive driving is about anticipating potentially dangerous situations in advance, including driving conditions and mistakes made by others, and planning how to deal with those situations. To be a defensive driver, you must know what is happening around your vehicle. You must look ahead, to the sides, and behind the vehicle. Scanning helps you see problems in advance so that you can respond to oncoming hazards more easily. If you want to pass DMV test in first time, you can download our iOS app for free. App contains 120,000 plus permit test questions, 523 plus cheat sheet questions, 350 plus traffic road signs, official handbook and FAQ. Includes all 51 states test. Even 98.5% people pass their test first time after using our app. You can find link in the description. Download app for free from App Store, which contains latest 2024 material licensed by official DMV team. Get 3 days free trial for a limited time. Let's get back to the video. Question 2. A driver under the age of 21? B. Must have a blood alcohol content of 0. If you are under 21, you must submit to a handheld breath test. You should not have any blood alcohol, 0 tolerance. Question 3. To obtain a miner's instruction permit, a California resident needs A. Parental consent. In California, a minor seeking to obtain a miner's instruction permit must have his or her parents or guardians complete and submit a DL-44 consent form. If both parents or both parents have legal custody of the minor, then both must sign. Question 4. A steady red arrow signal means B. You must stop and you cannot turn in the direction of the arrow. A red arrow signal means you must stop and you cannot turn in the direction of the arrow. You may proceed only when the red arrow goes off and a green arrow or light comes on. Question 5. A.N. space. Sign on a truck means that the truck's load is potentially dangerous. A. Diamond-shaped. Diamond-shaped placards on a truck mean that the truck is carrying hazardous materials, gas, explosives, etc. California Highway Patrol, CHP, or fire department officers know what to do if the load is accidentally spilled. Question 6. To avoid skidding, which of the following should be done before you enter a curve? C. Reduce your speed by applying the brakes. Slow down before you enter a curve so that you can avoid braking in the curve. Braking in a curve can cause a skid. Question 7. If you are at least 18 years old and hold a California instruction permit, Your driving must be supervised at all times by someone who C. Meets both of the above requirements. If you are at least 18 years old and hold a California instruction permit, your driving must be supervised at all times by a driver who is at least 18 years old and holds a valid California driver license. This person must be seated close enough to you to take control of the vehicle if necessary. Question 8. A driver must, space. For a school bus that is stopped with its red lights flashing on the opposite side of the road. B. Come to a complete stop. Drivers must come to a complete stop when they encounter a school bus that is stopped with its red lights flashing, whether it is on their side of the road or the opposite side. Question 9. In California, when are you allowed to drive to the left of two solid yellow lines? B. When you are in a carpool lane with a designated entrance on the left. Two solid yellow lines indicate no passing. You may not cross these lines except to make a left turn. However, in California, there is one exception to this usual rule. You may drive to the left of these lines if you are in a carpool lane that has a designated entrance on the left. Question 10. To avoid last-minute moves, look down the road. C. 10 to 15 seconds. To avoid last-minute moves, look down the road 10 to 15 seconds. Question 11. All regulatory devices on the road tell you. A. To stop, proceed in a certain direction, or limit your speed. Regulatory devices tell you to stop, proceed in a certain direction, or limit your speed. All regulatory devices indicate actions required by the driver. Failure to comply is subject to penalty. Question 12. Making a U-turn is illegal. C. In both of the above locations. Making U-turns is dangerous and illegal on highways, near a crest of a hill or in curves, and at railroad crossings. Doing so may lead to a collision. Question 13. If a California driver with a provisional license has been involved in 2 at-fault collisions within the first 12 months of holding the license, he or she must A. Be supervised while driving for 30 days. A California driver with a provisional driver license who has had 2 at-fault collisions or convictions, or one of each, within 12 months will not be able to drive for 30 days unless accompanied by his or her licensed parent or other licensed adult 25 years of age or older. Question 14. What is the minimum age requirement for a minor's driver license in the state of CA? C. 16. A California minor may obtain a minor's driver license at the age of 16. Question 15. When passing a truck or commercial motor vehicle, the passing automobile driver must watch for C. The side, rear, and front no zones. Large commercial vehicles or trucks have big blind spots called no zones. No zones exist on the sides, front, and back of the vehicle. It is impossible to completely avoid a truck's blind spots. However, automobile drivers should not stay in a no zone any longer than needed to safely pass a heavy truck. Question 16. If it feels like your tires have lost traction on the surface of the road, you should C. Do both of the above. If it feels like your tires have lost traction on the surface of the road, ease your foot off the gas pedal. Keep the steering wheel straight. Do not try to stop or turn until your tires are gripping the road again. Only try to turn if there is an emergency. If you must turn, do it slowly or you will cause your vehicle to skid. Question 17. The octagonal shape in the figure is A. A stop sign. A stop sign is an octagonal, 8-sided, white-on-red sign that indicates that other traffic has the right of way. You must always bring your vehicle to a complete stop and yield to approaching traffic before proceeding. Question 18. Your total stopping distance is the sum of your B. Perception distance, reaction distance, and braking distance. Total stopping distance is the sum of your perception distance, how far your vehicle goes from when you see the hazard until your brain processes it, reaction distance, how far your vehicle goes from when your brain orders your foot to take action until your foot actually starts to brake, and braking distance, how far your vehicle continues to travel once you apply the brake. Question 19. This hand signal indicates that C. The driver is slowing or stopping. This hand signal indicates that the driver is slowing or stopping. Question 20. When you turn off a high-speed, 2-lane roadway, space. If you have traffic following you, B. Try not to slow down your vehicle too quickly. When you turn off a high-speed, 2-lane roadway, try not to slow down too quickly. Use your turn signals to let other drivers know your intentions. Tap your brakes and reduce your speed quickly but safely. Question 21. If you are in an intersection when you hear the siren of an emergency vehicle, you should A. Continue through the intersection, then move to the right and stop. Never block an intersection, even if an emergency vehicle is approaching. If you are in an intersection when you see or hear an emergency vehicle, continue through the intersection. Then move to the right as soon as you can and stop. Question 22. Unless otherwise posted, the maximum speed limit is space. On a California 2-lane undivided highway. C. 55 miles per hour. Unless otherwise posted, the maximum speed limit is 55 miles per hour on a 2-lane undivided highway. Question 23. Which of the following statements about passing a vehicle is false? B. You can exceed the speed limit to pass quickly. In California, it is illegal to exceed the speed limit when passing. Make sure you have the time and space to pass safely. Question 24. Before reaching the crest of a hill or entering a curve, you must space and watch for oncoming vehicles. B. Slow down, move to the right side of the road. Hills and curves on rural roads are often steeper and sharper than on highways. Before reaching the crest of a hill or before entering a curve, slow down, move to the right side of the road, and watch for oncoming vehicles. Question 25. You are driving on the freeway and notice another driver using a handheld cell phone. What is the best thing to do? B. Increase your following distance. Distracted driving may lead to a collision. Stay as far away as possible from distracted drivers. The condition of the roadway you are on and the behavior of other drivers can change abruptly, leaving you little or no time to react. Question 26. The primary traveling aids for a blind person include A white cane and a trained guide dog. The primary traveling aids for a person who is blind are usually a white cane or a trained guide dog. Drivers must always yield the right-of-way to blind pedestrians. Question 27. If your vehicle starts to hydroplane, you should C. Slow down gradually. If your vehicle starts to hydroplane, slow down gradually, but do not apply the brakes. Question 28. A two-headed arrow with one head pointing straight ahead and the other pointing to the left means that C. You may either proceed straight ahead or turn left. A two-headed arrow with one head pointing straight ahead and the other pointing to the left means that you may either proceed straight ahead or turn left. Question 29. On two-lane highways, you are allowed to pass A. When there is a broken yellow line on your side of the center dividing line. When there is a broken yellow line on your side, you are allowed to pass the vehicle in front of you. Question 30. When arriving at an intersection, you should first look, space, Because, space. A. To the left, vehicles coming from the left are closer to you. When you come to an intersection, follow the left-right-left rule. First look to your left because vehicles coming from the left are closer to you. Then look to your right. Finally, take one more look to your left before you proceed. You might see a vehicle on your left that you didn't see the first time you looked. Question 31. A triangular orange sign on the rear of a vehicle indicates that A. The vehicle cannot travel faster than 25 miles per hour. A triangular orange emblem on the rear of a vehicle identifies it as a slow-moving vehicle, which California defines as a vehicle that cannot travel faster than 25 miles per hour. Slow-moving vehicles are required by law to display this emblem. Slow-moving vehicles include farm tractors and road maintenance vehicles. If you are behind one of these vehicles, be patient. Typically, the driver will pull over to the side to prevent traffic backups when possible. Question 32. If you are found guilty of driving without wearing a seat belt, you will be fined up to space. If this was your first offense, B. $20. Under California law, if you are found guilty of driving without wearing a seat belt, you will be fined up to $20 for a first offense and up to $50 for each subsequent offense. Question 33. If someone is following you too closely, you must B. Slow down and encourage the driver to pass. If someone is following you too closely, tailgating, you must slow down and encourage the driver behind you to pass so you can avoid being hit from behind. Question 34. If you were parked on the side of the road and are now re-entering traffic, A. The traffic on the road has the right of way. If you were parked on the side of the road and are now re-entering traffic, the traffic already on the road has the right of way. Question 35. At an unmarked crosswalk, you must B. Yield the right of way to the pedestrians. Drivers are required to yield the right of way to pedestrians within any crosswalk, whether marked or unmarked. Question 36. You must use your high beam headlights in all of the following situations, except C. In fog, snow, or heavy rain. Note the word except in the question. Use your high beams whenever there are no oncoming vehicles nearby. High beams allow you to see twice as far as low beams. Be sure to use high beams on unfamiliar roads, in construction areas, or where there may be people on the side of the road. However, use low beams in fog, snow, or heavy rain, because light from the high beams reflects off such precipitation and causes glare. Question 37. When you approach an intersection with a through road but without stop signs or yield signs, you must B. Yield to traffic and pedestrians on the through road. At intersections without a stop sign or yield sign, yield to pedestrians, vehicles, and bicycles on the through road. They have the right of way. Question 38. Which of the following signs represents two-way traffic? A. This is a warning sign that indicates a two-way road. Question 39. If you approach an intersection with a steady yellow light, you must B. Slow down and proceed with caution if you cannot stop safely. A steady yellow light indicates that a red light is coming next. You must stop if you can do so safely. Otherwise, slow down, proceed with caution into the intersection, and then clear the intersection. Question 40. A traffic signal with a flashing yellow arrow means that you should C. Yield and then proceed with caution. A flashing yellow arrow signal means that turns are permitted. However, you must first yield to pedestrians and oncoming traffic and then proceed with caution. If you want to pass DMV test in first time, you can download our iOS app for free. App contains 120,000 plus permit test questions, 523 plus cheat sheet questions, 350 plus traffic road signs, official handbook and FAQ. Includes all 51 states test. Even 98.5% people pass their test first time after using our app. You can find link in the description. Download app for free from App Store, which contains latest 2024 material licensed by official DMV team. Get 3 days free trial for a limited time.